On Thursday evening, Town Clerk Amy Warfield hosted an informational meeting to bring interested town meeting members up to speed on a couple of warrant articles before Monday night's session. One of the articles discussed was Article 3, which is proposing updating the town's zoning maps. Proponents, including senior planner Josh Morris, who spoke on the article, say the new maps, which include colored areas designated different zonings, are easier to read and much more clear. He said they are a big improvement over the old map, and people will be able to read them much easier.
They can see the differences in the zoning districts. Previously, when the maps were black and white, it was kind of difficult to understand the different zoning districts we have in town, and now it's much easier to understand.
Another article discussed was number 4, which would propose a moratorium on the sale of recreational marijuana in town. This article is being held until the spring, and Josh explained why.
The state legislation voted in December 28th to move back the date at which recreational marijuana can be sold from January 2018 to July 1st, 2018 is when they can receive licenses. So the planning board decided that it might make sense to bring this topic back to the town meeting in May, because we will likely only have an 18-month limit on a potential moratorium on this matter.
When the article does come up, the town and town meeting will discuss possible special zonings for dispensaries, similar to what they did with medical marijuana. One goal will be to ensure dispensaries are not located near sensitive locations.
Because it could be looked upon as a potential sensitive use. There could be discussions with the community. Maybe we would be interested in keeping it away from schools and religious institutions and playgrounds and parks if there was concern with minors and youth.
But could the town limit dispensaries for recreational marijuana altogether?
That's something that we are discussing, I think, with town council and looking at from a legal standpoint. I think that's still a question that needs to be figured out.
There was also a long discussion on Article 5, which asked town meeting to change the zoning of Burlington's landlocked forest from its current general industrial to open space. Proponent Monty Pearson explains why he and those with him feel this is necessary.
The article is designed to meet the needs of the town's future for open space and recreational areas, as well as being available for other municipal uses like cemeteries or water distribution facilities. That's what open space zoning allows. And in addition, what it does is it takes the landlocked forest off of the for sale map for local developers.
The fear of developers is not unfounded. In 2008, a developer did attempt to get permission to purchase and develop the land. Though the bid was unsuccessful, the long discussion about it were seen as a threat by those dedicated to protecting the forest, which is why they want the zoning changed.
If something is zoned industrial, then a developer says, this is a place that's for sale, the town will make a deal with me, it depends on what kind of thing we negotiate. Whereas if the open space parcel is designated that, then the developer knows that the space is being used for recreational activities, that at one time 2/3 of the citizens of the town, no, not citizens of the town, but 2/3 of the town meeting have supported the idea of it being reserved for open space, and they know it's going to be a big fight to go ahead and do some kind of development on that property. And they're going to probably go and say, well, I want to find something that has an easier zoning to deal with.
There was some resistance to the zoning change by 3 members of the Board of Selectmen who argued that a part of the forest might be used to meet municipal needs not allowed under the open space designation. Those pushing for the warrant article don't agree.
Well, there are very few municipal needs that couldn't be done in open space. And I really think that what we want to do is you maximize the value of the landlocked forest, and maximize the value means accepting that it's open space and having it be approached that way so that it's promoted, so that, for example, when new people move into town and they look for open space for their children to do recreational activities and stuff, the town is promoting go over here and do this. When companies move into town, we're promoting that employees at lunchtime or after work go over to the forest and do some recreation, walk around and have some quality time.
At the Town Hall Annex, I'm B News Director Rich Hosford.